Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark fall movies.
Say hut. I'm Brian. I like Hallmark foul movies.
Omaha. You're like, what?
Foul movies.
Foul ball. I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark foul movies. And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
That was a whistle.
Train whistle?
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
If you're watching us on philo.tv/DTH.
We've never looked better.
Ever.
I was actually just going to talk about the fall. The fall is
that's why we never
here.
look better.
Fall is here.
Oh, we're here.
CC Leaves is back.
Back, baby.
For, I think, her fourth fall, maybe?
Fourth? Have we decorated every year, though?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think this is CC Leaves' fourth fall, which is just so much fun.
Yeah.
She looks great. She looks wonderful. And how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. How's your year been? You were in that box.
Wow, yeah.
Sorry, there's some hair in my face.
What? You got some hair in your face?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Brian.
Sorry.
Oh, you look lovely.
She
What?
sounds great.
What happens if you go to my camera? Can you see CC Leaves?
One here.
Can you
Go
go
to one.
or to two?
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Oh, not even. Oh,
Where'd I
she
go?
looks,
Oh, hello.
looks great on TV.
Hello, Brandon.
Hey, bud.
How you doing?
Doing good. Happy fall.
Happy fall.
Happy fall.
I got
All right.
a pumpkin.
Hey, CC,
Can I-
be a doll and sit back down?
Can I be honest with you, CC Leaves?
Please do.
Dan doesn't think it's fall yet.
Is it because it's not September 21st?
It's because it's not September
I say that all the
21st.
time. It's not the autumnal equinox yet.
You say that all the time, so you'd rather be in the box?
I hear that all the time.
You'd rather be in the box.
No, don't put me in the box.
But here's the thing,
Don't put
CC
me in the
Leaves.
box. Don't
If
put me in the box.
if we wait and I won't put you.
No.
Where's that box?
If
Oh, okay. This is better.
but listen, if I
Don't touch my pumpkin.
I will not.
Don't touch my pumpkin.
If I don't
Don't touch my pumpkin. Don't touch my pumpkin.
okay, CC Leaves. If I wait until September 21st to take you out of the box, then you're only out of the box for a month. Now you're out of the box for a month and 2
I like
weeks.
being out of the box. I can be out of the box and it not be autumn.
Hey, can you do any tricks?
Yeah, you watch this one. You ready? Wow.
Oh. All right, bud.
See you later.
See ya.
It was nice to hear from her.
Yeah,
It was really good to hear.
First time in a
Man.
while.
Hair's a wreck
Fix
now.
what? Oh boy.
Oh, it's a mess.
I'm sorry, Aaron. Aaron,
Gosh, my flip ruined
Don't touch
my
your pumpkin,
hair.
though.
Don't touch
don't
my pumpkin.
don't touch your pumpkin. Speaking of pumpkins, we're talking about Fourth Down and Love, the second of the fall movies. Last week, if you remember, we went to the national park
I do
to kick
remember.
off the fall season.
Boy,
so
howdy
many
did we.
leaves.
Yeah.
So many leaves were present. Really excited about that. Can someone remind me who's the keeper of the donuts?
Daryl.
Who's the keeper of the
Daryl?
donuts?
What are
You
you
got it
talking
this
about?
year? The donut rating?
Yes.
Yeah. I have some donut ratings.
Could you just remind us where we
Yeah,
where we
yeah,
landed
yeah.
on this one in
Well,
our
this one right here, Fourth Down
preview
and
episode?
Love. Absolutely. We had Dan.
Yep.
One whole donut.
Wow.
Well, I thought I
Surprised
gave
by
it
that.
0. Oh, I gave the dog movie 0.
You did.
And the national park movie 0, and I felt like I couldn't do three zeros in a row.
That's right. So you got pressured.
You peer
into
pressured
one.
yourself.
I have
Yeah.
the peer pressure donut situation. Yes, it was.
I gave it 2 donuts.
Okay.
Aaron gave it 2 donuts. Bran, 5 donuts.
Gave it 5
Yeah,
donuts.
you did.
Almost a half dozen there.
Wow, how about that? Almost a Haddis a baker's dozen.
To be fair, those are 5 flag donuts, so they're not real donuts. They're just kind of like,
What do you mean flag donuts?
like flag football.
Safer donut?
I see. Because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying
yeah,
flag
yeah,
football's
yeah,
not
there
real
it is.
football.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
Sure.
How's everybody's fantasy football team doing?
It's a good start for me this
Yeah,
week,
good
Brand.
start?
Yeah, my team underperformed, but I still won.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
Yeah,
Brian?
I'm not in any league.
I'm not in any
Surprised
league
to
this
hear
year for
that.
the first year,
So-
I think, in my life.
Wow, look
in
at
your
us. How about a flag football league?
So when you were 3, how'd you do?
Give me Dan Marino.
Or do we have a clip from 3-year-old Brand
Yeah.
doing fantasy football?
Give me Dan Marino.
It's a good pick.
Give me
I can't help you here.
Deion Sanders.
Yep.
Deion
O.J.
Sanders, who
Simpson.
played
Give
mostly
me-
defense. Yeah, of course.
Give me
Troy Aikman.
Troy
2
Aikman.
quarterbacks.
Michael
huh?
Irvin.
Give me Emmitt
Drew
Smith.
Probably,
Yeah,
probably
that
Drew
is-
Bledsoe, maybe.
That's too many quarterbacks.
95, no.
My team was pretty good.
Good.
Sounds
awesome.
like it.
But I didn't do it this year.
Yeah, take
Can you
a year
believe it or
off.
not? Hey, guys, what was your first computer game?
Whoa.
Oh.
Mine was a train game. I built a train.
Cool.
It's like train tycoon.
Brian and I are old.
Yeah.
I had the original Madden football.
Nice.
Like the
On
first
the computer?
Yes, John Madden football.
Wow.
In like 1991 or whatever. Boom.
I remember playing some game where I was like going through a maze and like like trying to escape, like shooting other things for some reason. Which I shouldn't have been able to play that when I was that
A maze
young.
game where you're shooting?
Yeah,
people.
like you're like in a castle and I don't know what.
Are you in a castle or are you in a maze?
It was like a castle, but it felt like a maze because
Okay.
everywhere doors were locked and doors weren't locked, and you had to find your way out. So I don't really
I
remember.
take that back. Minesweeper. The
Oh,
first
well,
computer we
yeah.
had, Minesweeper was on
Snake
there.
or
I
That
also like the
counts.
pinball that came stock in the Windows.
Oh,
that
the
was a good
pinball
one.
is classic.
Yeah,
that's good stuff there.
That was good stuff. All right, well, Fourth Down in Love, let's talk about it. September 9th, 2023 is when it premiered, and it went a little something like this. Mike Hansen, I'm starting to realize I'm just not going to get this year right. I'm in September, and I'm still second-guessing
At this point,
myself.
it's over.
Yeah.
Ship sailed.
No, I'll do better next year. Mike Hansen's a professional football player for the Whalers. Let's
The
go.
Whalers.
Yeah, you guys know the cheer. Whalers.
Whale guy must
Whale
love
guy.
that.
God, whales are the worst, aren't they?
What? Guys?
Oh no!
Why?
What?
We got rid of
What are
Trace.
the odds?
We talked this through.
Why'd you say whales are the worst?
Just because they are in general, but I'd said it fully expecting no one to be on the
I
line.
thought we cut that from.
But why
Yeah.
would you do that?
What is your name again?
Whale guy.
Now, what's your name, whale guy?
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Yeah.
Can you just, if I
Call me
apologize
Bart.
to you,
Call me Bart.
Bart, if I apologize to you, Barty,
Call
boy,
me Barty B.
would you accept my apology and hang up the phone?
Let's try.
All right, Barty B, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Will you please forgive me?
I want to hear you say whales are the most magnificent creatures
Whales
God's ever made.
are the most magnificent creatures God's ever made for being the
I
worst.
see your fingers are crossed. I'm still hanging on. He saw those fingers.
He's got
He did.
sharp eyes.
Yeah,
He does get you. You don't think
True.
that you could see that through the phone.
Eyes like a whale.
He just got off the injured reserves, and now he's back on the field
I forgot
playing.
we were doing this.
But he injures his ribs right away and has to get carted off, strapped in and carted off, everybody. We then meet Aaron. Aaron! And her daughter, Kira. Kira loves football. She's not a big Whalers fan, though.
Yeah. That's.
Can you believe that?
do,
And she even plays flag football. She's at practice, and the boys just aren't throwing it to her because she's a girl. And then she finds out that there's an all-girls team, and she asked if she can go play for that team, and her coach is weird about it, but ultimately it turns out that she can. She can do that. She joins the girls' team, and Mike Hansen's brother, who we all know his name is
Gabriel.
She joins Jamie Gabriel's team, also called the Whalers, weird enough. And he's the coach. Mike shows up because of the rib injury. He just kind of decided to go home and kick it. And he shows up to the flag football practice. And wouldn't you know it, Aaron and Mike used to date in college.
Unbelievable.
What? One night, she brings Kira over to the coach's house to hang out with the coach's daughter, and she's talking to Mike, and they agree that it's better if they just don't hang out. They do not listen to themselves, because the next day we find out that Coach Jamie Gabriel,
Yep.
Gabriel,
got a
JG.
coaching promotion.
A classic coaching
He's
promotion.
going from Pee Wee flag to
High school.
Middle?
Real.
Middle school.
Middle school real, though.
Middle
Not
school
flag.
real. It's real. The flags have been dropped.
Full
Flags have
contact.
been dropped.
Full contact. And so Mike agrees that he will coach in his stead. And that also apparently voids the verbal contract that he and Aaron made about not hanging out, because they promptly do hang out. And the next day at practice, he asks Aaron for a ride home, and they're having a wonderful time. And then they end up kissing out of nowhere.
Yep.
And they're kind of like, whoa, wow, how about that one, huh? So the sparks are flying. They don't regret it at all. They hang out some more. There's line dancing and stuff. Things are heating up more and more and more. I don't know why I did 3 mores there.
More.
And there's more kisses. Can you believe that? The girls are really doing well, beating boys' teams and whatnot with the flag football. They end up losing, though, in the game to go to the championship, also known as the semifinals. And when it comes out that one of the kids that was playing for the team that beat them was actually too old, they get disqualified, and they find out, hey, little whalers, that's what we call them. Little whalers. You're in. You got 1 hour. You're trying to play. Mike gets a call that he is going to be able to play again soon. And by soon, I mean today, now. So he has to leave before the championship. And his manager comes up and is talking to Aaron and is like, hey, guess what? I'm trading him later. And she's like, you're trading him? What? And he's like, yeah, I guess it's best if you just kind of get lost, huh? So when he's in the car with Mike, Mike is like, man, I don't know about this. I feel bad. And the agent is like, yeah, I told Erin that you're never going to see her again, basically. And he's like, you did what? Just before the trade? Or the trade's already happened? And whatever, the trade. And so he's trying to call her and can't get a hold of her, but he does end up coaching basically the game via FaceTime, and we're good for that. It's time for his game, and he goes out there knowing full well this is his last game in a Whalers uniform because he's being traded tonight. Trade is basically,
the trade has been announced later today by his agent. Yes.
Get ready, it's happening.
Yes.
And he takes a little bit of his own medicine. I don't know. He figures out the best course of action to win this game is for him not to get the ball thrown at him, but to be a decoy. And it works. They win. The big Whalers win. And he goes over to his agent, and his agent is like, oh, man, you done goofed up, because if you would have caught that ball, we would have been able to get more money for the trade.
That I'm doing,
the trade guy. And he's like, whatever. And he looks up, and guess who's there? It's Aaron. Aaron decided, you know what? I'm not gonna let the past define my now. I'm going to go after this. So they have a conversation in the tunnel about their future, and they decide they're going to give this thing a shot. And they end the movie by getting pizza with the little Whalers and the family, and we're all better for it. And I think they kiss again. And that, my friends, was Fourth Down and Love.
We did.
Little Whalers.
Oh, boy.
A whaler is someone that catches a whale.
That is someone who wails.
Wails loudly.
Whale,
That
like
was
a
what that
W-A-I-L.
was.
A little bit.
Got you.
Feel the whale.
Whale. Let's take a quick break. We will come back and break this movie down with 4 segments here on
Deck
the Hallmark. Well, wouldn't you know it? The boys are back with our backwards hats, having a wonderful time, and we're talking about fourth down. I'm just wearing life. Fourth down and love, and I'm going to lateral over to my friend Brian, who's going to share with us his hot take.
Sure.
He's going to share with us exactly how he felt about this movie, and he's not going to hold back. No. Don't hold back this time, buddy. Don't hold back. Go.
All right. So, yeah, this movie's just okay for me. I thought the worst dynamic in this movie was Aaron and Mike, Pascal and Ryan. I thought the best dynamic was Pascal and her friend. She was Georgina, but Kaylin Miles is her real name.
Uh-huh.
They were great. The 2 real estate agents. I think it should have just been focused on them, just running their business, living their lives. I enjoyed that a lot. And also the flag football was much better than the real football to me. I'd rather watch the kids play.
I mean, that's a real Sophie's choice there. There's not a good option.
I like the flag football. Yeah. I felt like they were actually passes thrown and kids were catching the ball. Like they were actually just letting them play a little, which, I mean, you just let them play. You know what I mean? Like just let them play. Why do they even try to put it in a real stadium? Like to simulate a pro game? Like
real stadium.
Yeah, why? Yeah. All those fans. Why even try? Like just don't. You know, just don't do it. Just skip that part. Like the flag, I could have used more of the flag football games. Actually, I like them that much. And
that is a hot take.
I thought they were fun. The kids running around. Other than that, yeah, it was just okay. Just okay for me.
Fair enough.
Brand?
So I gave this one 5 donuts. Thank you. I gave this one 5 donuts, which I think was a
and
Scotia.
you'd like to have all of them.
No,
back,
not all of
please.
them. The biggest problem for this movie for me is I don't think they anticipate the people watching this movie to know anything about sports.
Yeah.
And how like sports work and operate. But unfortunately, I do know a little bit about sports, enough to get by. And I know like how general business works with sports. And granted, I know more about basketball, Falling for Basketball podcast. So you can listen to that if you want to listen back.
Yeah.
Of course.
Not quite yet, though.
But the sports, especially the sports business in this movie, was so distracting to me that it just kept taking me out of it. Like when anytime I would start to get into it, there'd be a call from his agent that's like, "Hey, there's a Tickle Me Elmo sale, which means that you're going to get $13 if you're," and it's just like, what are we talking? Like, why are we doing this? Just either get it right or don't do it. Because if you are saying things like, "Hey, I'm an agent and I'm trading you," that's distracting. It's distracting to anybody who knows anything about sports. The football also just wasn't great. Like the football but it was a similar feel as the soccer movie from early in the year, where it's just like they're trying to make it seem big, and you can tell the people in the stands are not real, and it's just weird. It just doesn't feel great. So, but I will say, like when he was at home, when he was doing the flag football stuff, like it was fine. Like that stuff was fine. And there were some fall leaves on the ground in this movie, so it automatically gets up to 3 donuts. I know it's crazy. If there is the sight of fall,
that makes sense.
it automatically goes up to 3 donuts. And there's nothing like that's not that's like law. So yeah, not awful. The football itself though was a train wreck, and that's unfortunate. Dano?
Yeah, much like the Bluths and chickens, I don't think anyone at Hallmark's ever seen a football. I feel like it was really tight. Apparently, they've made other football movies before, which I found to be shocking. I'm not. You're 100% right, Brand. We're not asking for this to be sponsored by the NFL, but I would go on a limb and say 90+% of the viewers know enough about football to know that this wasn't it, or didn't even pass a basic litmus test. We gave the baseball movie a hard time with Aaron Cahill. That movie is freaking like Bull Durham compared to this movie. That movie's perfection compared to this movie. Chris's soccer movie does soccer better than this does football. Also, like Pascal and Ryan, like, I don't feel like they even like each other in real life or in this movie. I did think that this was the most nuanced of performance I've seen from Pavey. Like, he has a couple of like zingers. He gets angry at his agent. It is not just him showing up and looking good and being there. Like, I feel like he was trying some things here. But the whole plot of it makes little to no sense. And you don't have to be a crazy football person to watch this movie and go, wait a minute. They found out one of the 2 teams is cheating an hour before the game. They're not going to call up another team to play them in flag football, or the teams change names there's so much about the movie that it's so distracting from the actual movie that you would need really good leads that are like have a lot of chemistry to carry it. And instead you get 2 leads who are veterans who just don't feel like their heart's in it at all. And that's unfortunate. So it's a really bad movie with a subject matter they don't take seriously and leads with no chemistry, which all leads up to kind of one of the worst of the year.
Tough game plan.
Tough game plan. I would like to have my 1 donut back. I would like it to be a Scout's donut from East North. Maybe the vanilla glaze would be nice.
So hold on a second. When you don't play a donut, you get a real one in return?
I feel like when you ask for a donut, you can do this once. If you ask for a donut back, you can choose where that donut comes from. I think that's it. That's fair.
Get one set back, like all you like.
No,
I could get both of mine back that I
I
gave.
think if you like gave it 5, like Brand, you should not be able to eat any donuts if you want them back because you went that hard on a movie that was that
He did
terrible.
say you would keep 3.
If you
in the
went
pod.
5 on a movie that deserves a 0,
Yeah.
then you deserve what's coming to you, a lost donut.
Yeah.
And you lost the donuts. So,
Hate
I
that
can't
for
help
you,
that.
but because you played
I
a donut,
want my donut back, and I would like it to be a Scout's donut from East North Street.
I understand
They're
that.
only open 3 days a week. They're only open like 16 hours a week, but that's what I want. I want a vanilla glazed Scout's donut. Please and thank you. I don't know how hard that is.
Never tried one of those.
We brought them in, and all 3 of us loved them. And you went, "Oh, it's okay. It's not a Dunkin' cake donut that's been sitting out in the thing for 3 days, but it's all
I'd
right."
like
Handed
one of
to
my
me
donuts to be a Dunkin' cake
by
donut.
Joni, who hasn't washed their hands in a week.
That helps. It makes it better. It's all
Yeah.
like character. It's like a grill.
God, I just like Brian's donut takes are worse than his. I needed more band practice takes.
Oh man.
Scouts Donuts, East North. They're not a sponsor, but I'm just saying
Yet.
they're that good.
Be a really weird
Oh,
thing
God.
for them to spend
Oh,
money
man.
on, to be honest
but I
with
would
you.
do it.
Hyper local.
Hyper local.
Sounds like they don't need it if they're
right.
only open 16 hours a week. Sounds like
Yeah.
they're doing all right.
They're doing fine. It's always popping. Always popping.
Always
at the-
popping.
at the
Yes.
Scouts. Let's get to all the feels, Brian.
All right. My big feels. There was just a quick line that Pascal said in this movie about she invited Ryan back to her house. She said, "I'm just heating up lasagna, leftover like takeout lasagna." And in my mind, I was like, "Ooh, lasagna sounds nice." And so I started looking up lasagna recipes and ended up on a stuffed shell recipe that I actually made Sunday night for my family. Went out and hunted down all the ingredients like a caveman. Put everything together.
In Publix? Where'd you
I
go?
did go to Publix,
Okay.
Trader Joe's as well. Whipped up a delicious stuffed shell, and it was very satisfying. So that was my feels.
Cool, man. Cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was cool.
Good.
Thanks.
Listen. I want to get out there and play flag football with my boys. I want to get out there, throw the pigskin, snag the flags. I think
the
it'd be
flag.
fun. The
Let's
3 of
get
us,
together.
the 4 of us, let's compete against another
I
podcast.
have been
Ooh.
trying to get Cody Frizz
Yeah, that's
to
a great
do
idea.
some flag football, and he doesn't
Won't
want
do it.
He doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't want to do it.
Not
And I
surprised.
keep saying, dude, there's a market for it.
Hey
We'll help.
guys,
Whoa,
Cody,
Whoa,
are you
let's-
there?
let's
Are you
check
hey, what's
it out.
going on, everybody?
Yeah.
What's up, Cody?
You doing all right?
Doing good, guys.
You sound very different than
No,
normal.
man, I'm good. What's going
On
on,
a
baby
breath?
Not
boy?
much. You have a couple of ultimate frisbee
I do.
tourneys that you want to tell us about. But before we get
Yeah,
there,
first.
have you thought any more about the flag football?
I thought about it a lot, actually.
Could you please
Talked to my
hook us up?
mom. Talked to my agent.
Did you go in your war room?
I went to my war room. Talked
Okay.
talked to my.
You have an agent?
I do. I do.
Okay.
Ultimate Frisbee man is
Talk to the guy
Big
in
deal.
here. Make sure you do the right things. What's that called? Corrections
Father?
officer.
Corrections officer, yes, of course.
He's a good guy
Yeah.
to me.
What do they all have to say about it?
They love it.
Okay, great.
Are you in?
No.
Oh,
Of course
Why
not.
don't you
Goes
just
against
tell-
everything
why
I
is this the
believe in.
problem?
Tell us about the
He doesn't
ultimate. It's
listen.
unbelievable.
He
Just
doesn't
tell-
listen to the people
He
who can
doesn't
help
get it.
him.
Just tell us about the ultimate
We're going out
frisbee.
to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
It's called the Gamble for Your Life tour.
The Gamble for Your Life tour.
Yeah.
Is it? And it is ultimate frisbee.
Yes.
What do you do
You play it on a cliff. This one I would not recommend for novice.
Yeah, novice. No,
for novice? Singular.
Yeah.
What about novices plural?
No.
just one person
You,
gets.
you got one other one?
Well, can I explain this one a little bit more?
You play it on a cliff. I feel
You
like
play
I
it on
got
a cliff.
self-explanatory.
Losers walk.
No, you wearing parachute.
Oh,
You wearing parachute.
They throw it out there. You
Your
take
voice
turns.
is getting higher and your grammar's getting
I think
worse.
you-
You
he's not
throw it
supposed
out
to
there.
talk about this
They,
one.
they throw it out there. You jump off. You pull it. If you catch it, you win.
That's a good idea right there.
Thank
Cody
you.
Frizz, man. Wow, that's a good.
You guys
one.
want to do flag football?
Gamble
Yes.
for your life. All right, you got one more. for
Going to
us?
Maine.
Going to Maine.
It's called Keep the Main Thing the Main Thing.
Keep the
Yeah.
main thing. Amen.
You know what he's got going on?
It's a Bible study.
Yeah.
Okay, of course.
Ultimate frisbee Bible study.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And in order to read, you have to be holding the frisbee.
It's fair.
Hey, Cody, give me a. You all been real good this year.
Y'all been real good, real doing now. Hard saxophone.
Saxophone. Very nicely done.
Gotta
Good.
go.
Yeah. All right, Cody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, so that's why I want to play
Yeah, we
flag
should.
football. Start a league, a podcasters league. We play other
Good idea.
podcasts.
I would love to get out there and play flag football. We're going to need a few more people to volunteer.
And a couple
to come
quarters
with
on
us.
shows.
Dara,
right?
Yeah,
you're going
no, I-
down.
Dara's down.
Yeah. Do you hear that, Dara? That's right.
Challenge accepted.
All the other Hallmark podcasts out there, y'all are going
right.
down.
That's right. Meet us on the pitch.
Meet us out there.
Bring your parachutes.
Bring your parachutes. That's exactly right.
That's right.
Dano?
Oh, no. God, no. No,
Oh,
searched my heart, found nothing.
nothing?
Just let's move on.
Fall
right.
feels even?
No, did you guys see those leaves that you're talking about?
CC leaves?
It's
Yes.
absurd.
Yeah, it was, but it was nice to see.
Those things had never been near a tree.
You've never been near a tree.
Got him.
Gotta go to break. Gotta go to break. Gotta go to break. We'll be back here on Tech Dollar.
Deck the Hallmark.
Look at the tree.
Hello. Welcome back. We're talking about Fourth Down and Love. It's time for the Wait What Is, where we talk about what in this movie minutes go, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Brian. Brian?
Yeah, there are a few. One of my favorites was the game analysts calling the game from the broadcast truck.
From the broadcast truck.
That was great. That was
the
great.
one place you never see announcers is in the production room.
Right, with the directors behind them.
Imagine if Good Morning America was being hosted from the production room.
You see all the screens.
It would be impossible for the production room to produce the show.
It was great. That was a great move. I almost felt like they're doing that. Like, that's a joke, right? Like, that has to be
This is
on
a joke.
This is a joke. The nighttime, like, never happened in this movie. It happened maybe once, but,
Yeah.
like, for a fall, autumn movie, like, it was rarely dark. Like,
No.
It should have been a little darker.
You're right.
So in flag football, before the championship, the age verification happens 1 hour before the championship.
Yeah. That's a quick turnaround on the old, like,
Yeah.
what did they do? Did they play the game and then everybody come up with their birth certificates? Or
Right.
did this guy get so upset or, like, have so much guilt
Yep.
that an hour before the game, he was like, I'm older than I should
Yeah,
be.
he couldn't lie anymore.
It was just so stupid. Just
Yeah.
let him win the game.
Yeah.
And let him go to the championship.
Well, he can't play. Like, just the guy can't
I don't know if you know this. They lose in the semifinal, and then they lose in the final.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the hot take, is that they didn't even deserve to be there. And my favorite was near the end, the general
What do you
manager.
mean they lose in the final?
They lose
They didn't
in the
win the
final.
game.
Is that true?
Yeah.
They won the championship game, but they shouldn't be there.
Oh, they did? I thought they lost it.
They run the trick
Oh,
play.
they lost it.
They
All
won the-
right.
Yeah,
you're right.
they
You're
win
right.
the
You're
game,
right.
but they shouldn't be there.
That was a big mistake.
They
Yeah.
lost to the team that would have been there.
But listen, isn't that kind of like life?
Yeah, amen.
Sure.
Like sometimes stuff just happens and you can either make the most of it.
I'm sure there's one out there somewhere in some sport. Name me one incident in sports that you can remember where a team lost in the semifinals, the other team was caught cheating, and then that team that lost got to move on.
Yeah,
think
it's a
that
good question.
happens. That's a good, what the Hallmark.
It's just a really, really bad, just poorly written movie. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, my favorite. What was the general manager of the pro team? He was in his office near the end of the movie, and he got a phone call from, I assume, like his assistant, her secretary, whoever it was, and he says, quote, "Send him in." And then he proceeds to get up from his desk, open the door, and let the guy in himself. I just died. Like,
Send him in.
Send him in, and by that I mean I'll let him in myself.
I don't know what the Football League of America is, but it is a form of professional sports.
FLA.
The best I can figure. And thanks to it being televised, I know that there's marching bands at this professional football
That's
game
right.
because as Kira is watching it on the tube, you hear the marching band playing marching band tunes. And I've often said, why do we get rid of the marching band and go after college? Like, the marching band hypes you up.
Because they're all doing it for free. Now you got to pay people to be a marching band.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That does make it tough. They're getting a degree, Dan.
That's right.
Was that nothing to you?
No, I'm
Is that
saying
nothing to
that's
you?
why the pros don't have
You
it.
don't.
Right.
You don't think a college education is worth anything
All right,
anymore?
All right, old man brand. Whatever.
I don't think a college education
Yeah, I was
is
about
worth
to say,
anything.
it is, yeah, go ahead.
At one point, our guy Mike is out at the college. So I'm sorry, the high school or college football fields, feeling the grass,
Yep.
willy nilly, and he looks up into the stands, and there's two people sitting there. And that's it, really. That's it with them. And I
thought either they were friends or family.
yeah, I thought they were
or
gonna come down and be like, you feeling it again?
that he was imagining them.
Yeah,
But they're just there.
They're just
That's where
there.
They go
I
to
thought
hang
maybe
out.
it was like him and Emily or whatever.
The good seats for the big game.
Well, like I thought
they're early enough.
I thought he was gonna he started to hear the announcing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was gonna flash back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like the two of them were in the stands like talking or something after the game or something. No, it's just two random people.
Cut that out.
Two random people in the stands. We can put a lot of people in the stands, but we can't take any of them out. Well, that's above our pay grade. We can't do that. I don't know.
It's like a marching
I don't know what
band.
you want from me.
I want to pay for it.
We mentioned the 1 hour notice to play the football game. And listen, that might be a lot of time for kids to get ready because Kira, when she finds out that her dad is not coming to this game, she freaks out. She's like, he'd be here if he wanted to be here.
You had an hour.
He had an hour. Listen,
1 hour.
listen. Should he have been there in the first place for the semifinal game? Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about here.
But that's not. Now we're talking about the game that's in an hour, or less than an hour. He would have had to find out, hop on a plane to LAX, and get to the game. Yeah. It's just listen.
Impossible.
He
It's
could
impossible.
want it more than anything in the world, and he still would not have been able to.
He would be
make
here
it.
if he wanted to.
No.
He has an hour.
No, he
an
had
hour.
1
An hour's
hour.
not long enough to really do anything. Last second. What's something you could do in an hour if given a no notice?
Anything like
Get some
in
donuts.
town, go to a movie. Go hit golf balls.
Yeah, you could hit
It's
a movie.
more the distance
The
that's
distance.
the problem, Brand. It's
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
across the
saying.
country.
The hour,
That's what I'm saying,
yeah,
though.
yeah, of course,
I couldn't do anything in Los Angeles in an hour.
No.
Right.
You
Forget
couldn't
it.
get there.
No way.
Couldn't get there no matter how you
Traffic,
wanted
If
to.
I
am I
wanted
right?
to.
Traffic, you said it.
Ugh.
You said it.
On the 16, what's it in LA?
Whoa,
What is
on
it
the
now?
9?
On the 9?
And then I went out. I got off on the
305?
5 there. God, that was a mistake.
Dana?
Yeah. There's literally nothing on this football field.
Yeah.
They are playing a professional football game on a field that has nothing. There's nothing at the center field painted. There's nothing in the end zones. I'm not sure there are numbers
There might not have
on
been.
the yard lines. I'm pretty sure that there's nothing. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to believe that a home football game in the Football League of America is played on a field with nothing. And that's tough. That's a tough one, I think, for all of us in general. When he gets injured, they strap him to the bed like they're going to give him electroshock treatment. Look, if you get a concussion or a neck injury, they're going to stabilize here and maybe strap you down. This guy has cracked a rib, and they put a belt across his midsection, and they're like, should we tighten it up all the way? You betcha we
Crank
should.
that thing within an inch of his
Guys, let him sit up and breathe. He does not have a concussion. He has a cracked rib. And we know he has a cracked rib because it only bothers him selectively for the rest of the movie. They give him an instruction on how he should rehab. And how he should rehab is this. Don't ever travel with the team. Ever. And then show up to home games only. And then do workout on your own when we're out of town, not at the team's facility.
Give us your keys.
So it's like they're not paying him millions of dollars, really. It's like he's just a volunteer football player. The coach goes to visit Mike in the old dressing room, and he still has his headset on. Which is wild, because if you've ever seen any coach ever, as soon as the game is, they literally don't put the headset on until the game starts, and as soon as it's off, they take it off immediately.
Sometimes they throw it down.
There is a practice going on, a middle school sports practice, and parents all have lawn chairs a foot away from the coach watching. That's a nightmare. You're not coaching a middle school sports team with parents a foot away from the coach, because I don't know if you know this about middle school kids, parents. You know how middle school is an awkward age for all involved, where kids are learning boundaries and learning attitude and how to respect others. Their parents are doing the same thing. And you're not going to have, if you're a coach, you're not going to have a practice where every parent can passively aggressively give their input a foot away. It's not going to happen. No way, no how. See ya. Can't have it done. The backwards hat that Ryan chooses to wear in this movie. It reminds me of the Steve Buscemi Grown Ups GIF constantly, but also there's something about it that makes him look positively 80 years old. I don't know how a backwards hat makes you look older, but Pascal and he are just a little too old for these roles, in my opinion. And then he puts on the hat, and it doesn't make him look younger. I mean, Ryan's got a nice head of hair.
Yeah.
Like, find a way to make it to where, I don't know, it just seemed like a weird choice to me to make. And I'm
Not for us, though.
Not for us. And I'm not a huge hat guy. Like, if I were to wear a backwards hat for, say, 30 minutes, my head would feel uncomfortable. It would be bothersome. I'd feel like it's too tight. And
Would you do that for a bit, though?
I would not do it for a bit.
Not that funny.
But it didn't seem
You
like
might even
it
look
fit.
a little like Fred Durst, one would say.
It didn't even seem like the character would do it, is what I'm saying. Forget the fact that Ryan would not do it. The character not doing it is even worse than that.
Would you do it?
I'd do it all for the.
You got it. You got it.
You know the rest.
You knew exactly what. You knew exactly what was going on there.
The fourth pick on Pascal Hutton's phone is
Bump
her college boyfriend.
Yeah.
The fourth pick. So she gets her photos out and she's like, newbie. Oh, college boyfriend. And
favorite that dish.
It's those two. And so the only college that I would assume they were attending is like some postgraduate education. Were they working on their fourth PhD? Are these a couple of 35-year-old college kids?
He was
out here
redshirted as freshman,
at the
sophomore,
quad?
senior.
Yeah. He's a 12th year senior at PhD school. I don't know how that, like, that, you know, but you know how you keep, you know, exes from 20 years ago, they're pick like a set photograph of you two as your fourth pick on your phone. That is something. And then that's all I got for now.
It's time for what the Hallmark for now. Are you going to bring it back around for Way Well Part 2?
What?
You said that's all for now.
That's all for now.
Yeah.
All for now. That's all I got for now.
For the next Wait What segment, I have more in the hopper. It's time for What the Hallmark, where we talk about what could have been, maybe have it get some clarity, which we still have. Brian, what are you still wondering about?
There was, I was wondering most of the movie, like, what are they even fundraising for? Like, it's the playoffs. It's almost the championship. Why are they fundraising?
Juice boxes?
Like, what are they?
Some snacks?
Yeah, for the
after
snack.
game?
But then the mom said, I believe it was, I don't remember.
They're
who
not
said it.
traveling, right? Like, this is all in town.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
not going
no.
anywhere. They're not even where. It's not like they're, I don't know, maybe to rent the field, whatever. It still didn't make sense. But the big one was somebody at some point threatened Erin by saying she would show up at an open house and pretend to be a ghost, so Erin would never sell a house again. And I'm like, that might be a great idea for a little niche real estate market. You only sell haunted houses. Like, that's actually not much of a threat. That's a great business idea. She should try that out.
You only sell. Who wants to buy a haunted house?
Somebody,
lot of people.
Some people
Really?
do.
A lot of people, yeah.
So if
That's
you
it.
have, that's
Yeah.
all you do is mark, and they just want to be. They like the haunted houses.
All right.
So when they show up, you do some spooky
That's right. some spooky
tomfoolery.
stuff. Make them think it's haunted, and you're
Tomfoolery.
I want you
sell
to
that
know.
for
I
a
want you to
big
know. I want you to know there might be something. There might
Might
be
be.
something around the corner around now. All right.
Yeah.
So Nick plays on a professional team called the Whalers. The flag football team's name is the Whalers.
That's right.
Now that the Little League teams oftentimes are named after professional teams, so that is what it is. But I was like, okay, so his brother wanted to be like his brother and be a Whaler, so he
like
named
Mike.
his team the Whalers. But then there's a little throwaway line, which is that it's random.
That was mine.
That it's random.
The teams
The
are
teams,
random.
really?
team
So
names are
next
random.
year, that team could all register next year, and
Yeah.
they could be
A totally
the
different
Bucks.
team.
Yeah.
Totally different team.
Yeah.
What? What are the odds that
Yeah.
a professional player's brother ends up by chance with the same team name and logo and everything? It's pretty clutch money.
Yeah.
What is this system of randomly naming teams?
So no, here's the thing: is I don't think they randomly name the teams. They randomly assign the teams to a set of players, which is normal. Like in Little League Baseball,
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
this group's the Giants. But typically, if you have one team that stays together, they keep the team name.
They keep the team name.
So you don't have to get new gear every year.
So
if they
did
all
his
come back, they
brother
should be the Whalers
pick the Whalers, or was he given that team?
That's another one, because you would think the brother picked it because his brother plays for the actual Whalers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
That was mine too.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody, congratulations. It's time for the double decker of the week. Panda's coming around the corner. Panda, come on in here.
buddy.
Let's roll that music. Uh-oh. He's good.
Double decker of the week.
Oh,
look
boy.
at that time again already.
Man.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Them flies, man. Them flies.
Them flies are
Let's do this. Let's talk about somebody behind their back. Maybe they're listening. I don't
maybe
know.
listen. They go to BrambleJamPlus.com, sign up for the double decker tier or higher,
and
they
we-
get a deep dive.
We tell their story whether they want it or not. Some of these stories, I wouldn't want it out, but there's nothing we can do.
Yeah,
But
can't do it.
this week's story is about Bethany Timmerman.
Oh.
Bethany Timmerman.
Going down, I'm yelling timber. Men.
I don't like that.
Tried it. Regretted it instantly.
They're not all going to work.
No,
It's
you
an icon.
try it, though.
It's icon, is what you're saying.
Going down yelling Timmerman.
That's right. It's icon.
Listen, guys.
I'm going down. I'm yelling Timmerman.
You better move.
You better, man.
It's a catfish speaker. Sorry, go ahead.
What?
I call it Trout FM. Tuna Radio.
Tuna rating.
Tuna radio, because you got a
Can't
tuna.
tuna fish.
Whoa.
All right, what do we got?
Yeah.
Bethany Timmerman.
Bethany, out here revolutionizing the party game.
Revolutioning.
Revolutioning the
Listen
party
to
game.
brand too long. Revolutionizing the party game.
Yeah,
How?
yeah. You guys know those oversized Tyrannosaurus suits?
Yeah,
The
I do.
oversized T-Rex suits.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, where your head's bopping back and forth.
Yeah,
and
the
everything.
big one.
See them a lot around Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see a lot. I love them. I
Yeah.
love those things. I would have a dozen if I could. I don't even have one. And so what?
Why?
What, 3 or 4 icons?
Why would you
Not
need a
single-
dozen of
Too
them?
many.
You can't be in more than one at once.
But I'd like to switch them out.
Okay, sorry. We don't have
Go
time.
ahead. We don't-
We're
don't
up
have
against
time.
it.
So Bethany has an entire company where you just go and you get all these inflatable T-Rex suits,
Yeah.
right? And then you just run at one another and you hit each other in your T-Rex suits. It's a lot of fun.
What's it called?
Kind of like those when people used to get in those big balls. Those Zorbs.
yeah,
What were they?
Zorbs, yeah.
Yeah.
Those, my cousin did the Zorb for his wedding.
Great.
A lot of fun.
For his wedding?
Yeah,
that
well,
sounds
it's,
terrible.
Like him and the bride ran at each other?
no, it was no. Well, they just rolled down the hill. It was at Gatlinburg.
This sounds like the worst wedding.
Well, it wasn't at the
Ever.
wedding. It was pre-wedding.
Okay.
Oh,
that makes
okay.
it
But
better.
it was like during the
The old
wedding
Gatlinburg
ceremony.
Zorb roll. You know
Dude,
how
I
it
love a
goes.
Zorb roll.
I
No,
do.
you don't. You wouldn't get in one.
I as long as I don't go upside down,
What's
I'm fine
this
with the
place
Zorb.
called with the-
It's
the-
called Tyrannosaurus Rex.
What?
WRECK.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
That's right.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it?
Salmon speaker.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. They just run at each other and it's called Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Cool. That's awesome, Bethany. Good job.
Yeah, good.
We've got
I'm yelling timber.
Man.
we've got an ad.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, have you ever wanted to hit somebody and you know you shouldn't do that because mom's gonna get mad at you and mom's gonna yell at you and she's gonna say you shouldn't hit anybody. I'm gonna say, Mom, I want to hit people so bad, and your mom's gonna be like, you don't hit anybody. I'm gonna be like, Mom, you shut your mouth, and then you go out and you create an awesome thing called Tyrannosaurus Rex. I know I have. That's why I created Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Who are you?
Who, me? Yeah. Man's best friend. Dilly. Tyrannosaurus Rex coming to town near you, or else your mom's going to come and tell you, and you're not going to be able to go out and do it. Tyrannosaurus Rex, you're going to be like, Mom, I'm a grown person. I'm over 25 years old. I can do what I want. I can rent a car. I can get a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I can do whatever you want. And your mom's going to be like, man, don't do that. And you're like, Mom, you don't control my life. Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Did he say man's best friend Dilly Dillon?
But also, why would Bethany hire this person? This seems very personal to this guy.
Very personal.
It does.
It's weird. All right, back to you, boys. and fall. And fall.
Wow.
You
Right
did
back. Just like
Falls
that.
back,
It's
everybody.
impressive.
We're going to be back tomorrow with another one. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.